According to the internet, Freemasonry is either a pancake club for old guys or a secret resurrection cult that unlocks hidden powers, and there is no in between. Apparently, you walk into a lodge, something dramatic happens, and you're reborn with forbidden knowledge and an uncontrollable urge to argue with strangers online. But let's clear this up calmly before somebody decides to light another candle and start another Masonic podcast. This conspiracy really only exists for one simple reason, and that is the fact that Freemasonry uses symbolism, and modern culture has lost its ability to understand symbolism without panicking. If something isn't explained in a TikTok caption, people assume that it's dangerous. If it's private, it's got to be sinister. If it's old, it must be evil. And if it uses metaphor, somebody must be summoning something with it. And if an old group of men say that, hey, this lesson will hit a little harder if you actually experience it, the internet immediately responds with, that's a cult. Let's talk about the big scary word that everyone seems to get stuck on. Everybody's going to experience it one day, but we all freak out about it, and that's death. Yeah, Masonic degrees talk about death, but so does the Bible, so does philosophy, so does every military tradition, and if your therapist is worth a damn, they better be talking about death as well. Because symbolic death is not physical death. It's the idea of leaving one way of living behind and being held accountable to new, higher standards. So if symbolic death were literal, every high school graduation would be a felony event. Masonic degrees do not resurrect a man. They confront him. What do I mean? They confront him with things that modern men, like us today, try to avoid. That time is limited, that character matters, that nobody's coming to save you. That discipline beats motivation, and that your excuses, they don't impress anybody. There's no chanting. There's no robes with secret power. There's no hidden ability to unlock at level 33. Because if degrees unlock supernatural abilities, we wouldn't be arguing about the price of dues every year. So if it isn't a way to gain super secret superpowers, then it must be some sort of super secret religious cabal. And this is where things start to get pretty heated, because people say that Freemasonry tries to replace religion, but no, it doesn't even try. Freemasonry has no doctrine of salvation. It has no priesthood. It has no heaven or hell definitions, no replacement for Holy Scripture. It assumes that you already believe in a God, and it asks whether you're actually living like you believe in a God. If Freemasonry were a secret religion, it wouldn't be surviving among Christians, Jews, Muslims, pagans. Yet lodges have centuries full of men who have gone home to their churches, and they've gone to lodge and sat with other men of other faiths, of other practices, of other creeds, of other parts of the world with no issues at all. And you can't talk about Freemasonry without talking about Albert Pike, right? And you usually get it with a quote, something that he actually never wrote. You see, Pike didn't reveal secret magic. He didn't say that Freemasons worshipped Lucifer. He wrote interpretations of symbolism, and they were his interpretations. And this is the part that most conspiracy theorists leave out of their videos. Most Masons have never read his books. And the ones who have mostly argue about what he was meaning and what he actually wrote about. And that's not what I would call a book club with an occult hierarchy. It's a book club with opinions. And this is the uncomfortable truth. The degrees don't scare people because they're mysterious. They scare people because they actually demand responsibility. Freemasonry, it doesn't promise transformation. If you want to improve your life, you are going to have to do the work. And that's a lot less exciting than believing somebody has secret powers and you don't. Because it's easier to call something a cult than admit that it asks you to stop blaming the world and to start fixing yourself. So to make sure that we're all on the same page here, let me say this clearly. Freemasonry does not resurrect men. It reminds them that we're going to die. And it asks what kind of life that we plan to live before that happens. It's not dark magic. That's it's actually kind of mature. Listen, you don't have to like Freemasonry, but if your entire understanding of the craft comes from a thumbnail with glowing red eyes and the words exposed in all caps and is posted by somebody, Truth Seeker 118533, you might be outsourcing your thinking just a little bit. But if you want calm explanations, real accountability, and fewer conspiracy theorists, then make sure you subscribe. And if you disagree, my comments are open. Let's talk about it. Let's find the truth in what all of this is. As always, you make sure that you get out there, do something good for somebody, love on your neighbors today. It's cold outside, so mote it be. Whew, I don't know if I can do long-term form video. I may have to try something different. This is kind of crazy. Let me know in the comments if you have any good long-form editing tools and stuff, because this was very, very hard. Smote it be.